All right, everyone. Hello. This is a really different type of video for an indie game I'm going to be showing off. I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. As you can see, the title is called Our Life Now and Forever. And I guess it's a demo for a part 2, a sequel. And it's a like an introduction scene and it reads fall has settled over. I need to turn this crap down. Pretty much make your own path through life as you grow from childhood to adulthood with your two closest neighbors. Even in the chilly autumn weather, it'll be a truly heartwarming time. And so it's free. I'll leave a link down below. I won't spoil too much. I don't really know that much about it. So let's just shut up and play the game, right? I might have made it too low now. Okay, let's start it up. I'm a little nervous. The story of our life now and forever spans 12 years with the character you play as, beginning as a 10-year-old child, ending as a 22-year-old adult. 14-year-old adolescence, young adulthood, steps 1 through 4. Childhood scenes only. Cool. All those details can change as you grow up over the course of the game, however, they won't be forgotten. Who you are and who you were is remembered by the game, and the characters you meet, choices you picked in step 1 can still be referenced all the way in step 4. It builds together. The goal of our life is to let you truly live your own unique life in the quaint mountain of Golden Grove. Two lead characters will grow up alongside your own main character, Tamarack Bauman and Q Lin. You'll have the option of being their friend, pursuing one romantically, just having them simply be people you know, letting your connection change over time, and so on. Your relationship is customizable and progresses at whatever rate you want it to, if you want it to, though there are a couple limits to what you can do. Can't date them both or break up with one after officially getting together. If you've had a lead become your romantic partner, that's permanent. Tamarack is a little girl, she, her, when you meet her, since she always identifies as a woman. Q begins the story as a little boy, but questions their gender as the years go by. That's very cool. Q will ultimately come out as gender fluid, he, they. Interesting. Okay. There'll be other characters to interact with and befriend besides Tamarack and Q, though those two are the main focal points. How you get along with the other kids, your teachers, your mom, and so on is still in your control. Okay. So as mentioned, the tutorial move on to the new screen now to explain another major gameplay element, and I will now take a sip of water. Okay, so let's just make me. Gender. Sure. Oh, this is gonna be great. Hope you enjoy this. I kind of have like a round face, right? So like, maybe that. What? Oh, I see. My eyes. Hmm. I'm not that smug. Maybe that's. I think that's cool. And like, yeah, like I'm brown. Oh, this is cool. I feel like I'm like a. Wonder if I can make this one brighter or darker. Yeah, I think I'm like that. Maybe my camera is not very. Isn't really doing me any favors right now because I'm in like white. I'm in white mode. Just do it like that, I guess. Yeah, that's fine. It doesn't help that like I get the reflection in my eyes and everything. But whatever. Okay. Eyes. I have like pretty dark brown eyes. I would say like that's probably correct. My hair is just like a comb over. These are all really cool hairstyles. Probably this. Wait, what's the dark? What's the back part? Oh, I see. Okay. So let's now we have that. I wanted to be this, but I think realistically my hair's a little thicker than that. Hope you're all doing well. This is like really different. I thought it'd be fun. That might be it, because I don't have anything in the back of my head. Like, I don't have longer hair. I shave it all the way around. Yeah. This is what like I actually look like right now, I think. But I'm gonna go with that one because it looks sleeker. Necktie. Okay, sure. Interesting. Whoa. This is cool. Can we mess with this? Oh, we can mess with this. I like that. That's nice. This is very customizable. Holy smokes. We're gonna be in here for a while, probably. Just leave it like that. That's fine. Head accessories? No, I'm not really like a... What is that? I'm not really like a hat wearer. Oh, here we go. I would say that's correct. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. Bandages? No, I like that aesthetic though. I don't think I have a birthmark on me. All right. I think I'm happy with that. It's very basic. I'm a right-handed person. I would say I'm tall. I'm a large man. Frankie second. Okay. For the sake of not doxing myself, we are... Yep, there's my name. Yeah, it's about like gender and it's cool. I'll do he, him. I'm a male. Male. This is very interesting. Mr. Nate, what's up? MX. I've never seen that before. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. How would you like people to refer to you? Oh, that's very cool. I love that. Yeah. Whoa. Interesting. So we'll go here. Actually, mom is like pretty pale. Just go like... There you go, mom. She's like cute. It's cool. Yeah, I don't say any of these other words. I just say mom. So we'll go with that. Interface display. Sticker. Sure. Okay. Okay. Let's do a music note. I like music. I play guitar. We'll do that. I like the icons. Yeah, that's cool. It looked like fall here in Golden Grove. More than any place you'd seen before, it could be in one of your old picture books to show little kids what autumn was supposed to be. There weren't any green trees or bushes, but there weren't just bare branches yet. It was almost the same as normal, all that had changed were the colors: red, orange, yellow, and brown. Even the blue sky high above your head seemed different than it did in summer. It wasn't as bright either, as though it had gotten tired of sparkling by this late in the year, or like it was even farther away from you now that you knew were... I'm gonna reread that. Or like it was even farther away from you now that you were in this place. The plants and sky didn't get this way where you lived, where you used to live. Your thoughts continued to jump around while you stood there in the big circle of street at the end of the road. It was a weird path to you. It couldn't take you ahead, or to the sides, or anywhere else like most streets you'd gone down. This one only came right here with those big houses. The view in front of you was something you'd only ever seen in photos before from stapled together papers that advertised the middle house being for sale. It had been a picture book to you until this day. Now you knew that it felt like fall here too because it was cold outside. chilly enough that you sometimes held your eyes closed for a few seconds longer than usual to try to keep your eyeballs from feeling like they were going to freeze inside your head. This was a real place. The icy air surrounding you said, and you were really in it, and it was where you were going to stay. That was new. You and your mom had lived in apartments before, and never for very long each time. That was until she had gotten a big job in this not that big town and had bought a big house. She wouldn't be going anywhere else for a long time. Now, in that moment, you couldn't imagine being there forever. But that's just the way that's just the way it was. The old tan house at the very end of the long round road was now your house, standing tall with two others by its sides. Those buildings were homes too, with their own people living inside, and those people in those ancient houses were going to be your neighbors. It seemed okay to you. There wasn't much you felt about that. I'm just like gonna RP myself. I'm just gonna be me. You felt mixed up. It made you sad. You felt scared. You were super excited about everything happening. You were mad. This would really be something, you thought. Ooh, somber tone. Let's go mixed up. Would it be better this way? Worse? Something else? You didn't know what to think. At least your mom was still with you. This was your mom's fault. And I think I would say this. At least my mom was still with me. You'd go through the bad stuff together. Nate, come over here and take a look. Oh, that was your mom's voice, and you hadn't noticed she'd gotten so far. That was enough to bring you comfort, and you made yourself move forward towards the unknown in order to reunite with her. Off the cul-de-sac road and cutting across lines of grass and sidewalk, you reached the picket fence your mom had called from. The gate was unlocked. Unlike the other houses, in front of yours was a tiny gray-stoned walkway that led up to a couple little steps, and those steps led to the door. You dragged your feet along the rocks and dirt. The small private path was more uneven than you thought, and the tip of your shoe got caught on a raised edge between ground and stone. It caused you to stumble up the line right before arriving at the end of the rocks. You steadied yourself before carefully going up the tiny stairs. And there your mom was, standing at the edge of the porch, and arms folded and waiting. She must have been moving around before, because the shiny opal earrings she had on were twisting from side to side a little bit. You knew they were real opal stones because she told you before, when she first got them. She also told you a long time ago that her normal name was not Mom, it was Opal. Her clothes were colors of a cloudy day after rain had already come and gone. That kind of day could be cold and bad, or really relaxing and comfy, it depended. You wondered which way she looked at it from, you didn't know. The rest of her, though, was so much more bold, especially at the matching purpley cranberryness of both her hair and eyes. There weren't a lot of things out of the world with that color that could feel gloomy. Mom smiled at you. It made you feel as soft and warm on the inside as your mom was on the outside. What do you think? It's a pretty place, huh? That's edgy. It stinks. It's okay. I've seen... what would I say? I would just, like, nod. I have to, like, really think about this. Everything a bit... Yeah. Yeah. Her mouth stayed in the shape of a smile, but her eyes and eyebrows changed, bending in a way that made it seem like she wasn't really smiling, or it was some kind of other smile. She put a hand on one of the white painted pole things that kept the porch roof from falling on down, and her fingers moved down it. Won't be too much longer. The real estate agent should be here to hand over the keys in a couple hours or so. Then it'll be official. We'll be the newest residents of Golden Grove. You shifted your weight from one foot to the other. This was a big deal to your mom. Her whole life was changing too. You hoped it wouldn't be a mistake. You didn't want your mom to be sad. That's true. Well, you've seen the yard and the outside. You don't have to wait here the entire time. How about you go look around for the rest of the neighborhood? She bent down, placing her hands on her knees in order to speak directly to you on the same level. It's a safe town, especially in this area. You'll be able to play freely out here. I wouldn't shrug. I think I would, like, perk up. Mom went back to her normal way of standing with her head up high and arms folded. That's the spirit. Enjoy yourself. Don't stray into any other streets today. Let's give a thumbs up. Thank you, I trust you. With that, you flipped around, bounded down the steps, and went back on towards the sidewalk, ready to explore. Alright, here we go. Your shoes really squished into the dirt path when you crossed from where you were down to the solid road. The smell of the grass, rain-softened ground, crisp though somehow also kind of musty, hung in the air, bringing a whole new year of school in with it. If you're going to be a fifth grader, it would be completely different from just a fourth grader, and not just because you'd be attending a new school. You'd be in the highest grade of the place. Maybe that was why your mom was so sure you could do this by yourself. You were growing up. Felt good knowing there was more and more out there that you'd be able to explore on your own. Then, before you took one more step, there was a faint tap against your shoulder. It was barely stronger than the wind, but it was definitely something, and it was completely out of nowhere. Like, both of your fists go up. I would probably be annoyed. Yeah, I would be annoyed. Couldn't the world leave you alone today? You slowly glanced down to the right and the left, trying to get an idea where the poke could have come from. No one was there. The neighborhood was empty, except for you. You would have settled down being a mystery forever if you hadn't noticed there was a thing left behind from the encounter. Sitting there between the muddy brown blades of grass was something new. A paper airplane? Who would throw this at a stranger, and why would they disappear after doing it? As you considered these questions, your gaze shifted back towards the right, the side of the street where the tap came from. Whoever sent this to you had gone. Whoever sent this to you had to have gone that way. You crouched down to grab it, wanting to get some kind of answer as to what happened. The paper didn't feel the same crinkly crackly as crackly way most normal paper did. It was thicker, somehow like a piece of cloth. It was cottony. That wasn't the only part that stood out. The page was a tan color with dark brown lines, not white and blue or white and black or something regular. More questions to add to the confusion. Where would paper like that have even come from? You turned the paper airplane around in your hands and squinted your eyes keenly. There were pencil markings on the underside. The paper had scribbles and maybe even words on it. That was enough of a sign to undo the shape someone had put together. You pulled at the flaps of the plane and flattened it out between your palms as best as you could. It was true, the paper airplane had a message on it. Well, maybe you thought. There were some words on it, but not a lot, and they were on different lines from each other. You read over each tiny part from top to bottom. Hello. Go out. Hide out. And then in the bottom corner was, Nate, what's up? Your name. It had been addressed to you personally. There was no mistake that you were the one meant to get that plane. You scrunched up your face. A person wrote stuff on a piece of paper, turned it into a paper airplane, threw it at another person, and the message they sent was that? It's a mystery worth solving. Maybe the words were a code you had to break. Yeah, I would want to know. Someone or something had to have sent this to you. You weren't going to stop until you found out who and why. Past the parts where the light shone through the clouds and the parts where it got darker, you began your investigation by heading in the same direction the paper had hit you from. The half circle of houses was out of sight by the time the normal sidewalk ended, and it really ended. Instead of connecting to another street with homes or streets, there was a car road behind you and a bunch of trees and plain ground in front. Going down the road would have to bring you to the rest of the town eventually, but you were sure that would be straying too far like your mom warned against. That was okay, you had other options. Bending in between the dark trunks and bright leaves were two lines stamped through the grass. They went in opposite directions. It was crossroads. One led more towards the neighborhood and back further right on the edge of the town where the forest started. The other went completely into trees, a walking path for people who lived here. You stood there at the start of the turning point in the woods, in your life, feet poised to move over the stirring thicket floor. Ooh, this is a tough one. I would follow the path. There's a path here definitely worth more trying than the other. You were sure of it. Something on the inside just told you. Yep. Yeah, I would do the walking path. And your quest continued. Once you went through the foresty path, you had truly entered the wild woods. Nothing else surrounded you any longer. Nature spread across the land with the narrow dirt line and fence being the only sign anyone had walked in this spot before you. People were only visitors here. Golden and red leaves gently rustled against each other in thick clumps with each tree's branches falling into the others nearby. It was enough to keep the sky and sun almost completely, but the leaves burned bright with light basking over them from above. The foot-made patches continued to twist around higher into the mountainside, farther than you could see. It was sort of nice, yeah. With your wide, wondrous gaze thrown at every which way, you let yourself flow deeper into the thicket. The quiet bubble that existed here in the forest, away from the town, popped from a sudden, unnatural clatter. You stopped. It was a whooshing, thumping, and stirring up of the leaves like something had crashed into them. You knew for sure that wasn't the wind, yet it had to have been an animal or a person, and it came from right over there. I would probably pick up a stick. While keeping your gaze trained forward, you bent down and felt around for a good-sized branch or something else you'd be able to throw far, but have enough weight to get through the trees. Once you wrapped your fingers around a chunk of bark that had worked, you stretched your arm back behind your head and then threw the stick in front of you. It flung forward and noisily disappeared into the brush. You couldn't see where it landed, the leaf swallowing it up whole. That's all that happened. Nothing jumped out at you. It just got quiet again. I would take a peek. You crouched lower and snuck off the path. It was harder to keep your footing on the slanted, untrimmed ground. When you reached a really tree-cluttered spot, you grasped at the branches and pushed them aside in order to poke your head through. You moved them the same way you'd open up a set of curtains, but it was a lot harder to do. The tiniest branches couldn't take the bend and snap from the pressure. You could feel the splintery ends of the plant scratch a little at your face and close. It wasn't as secretive of a check as you'd hoped it would be. On the other side of that tree line was still the woods, but kind of an empty part. There was a lot of open ground with no trees or bushes growing, and a ton of leaves that were gathered into piles. Past that clearing, the trees were back and even more closely pressed together than they were by the path. It was mysterious. There was nowhere easy to go, and nothing seemed out of place to you until... Oh no. Hello. There was a shout and a new whirlwind of leaves rushing through the air. From underneath one of the piles was a kid. You knew that was going to happen. Oh no. I would say she's like mesmerizing. Sparkly hair. I like the scarf they had on. You couldn't hold the leaning forward position any longer and stumbled forward completely into the open area. You stared at them and looked right back at you as everything they'd thrown into the air gently drifted down. I would probably say something like that. I thought I was gonna catch someone, but you got me. Yeah, I would probably say that. I got the stranger giggling. Yeah, I got you. Wait here. The jumping jack kid hopped again, but this time it was to get off the ground. They dashed to the opposite edge of the open space, leaving leaves scattering behind them, dropping out of their clothes and being kicked up by their steps. You were already wondering what was going to happen next. From behind one of the tall, crooked trees, the kid had begun throwing sticks and other plant pieces around. They were uncovering a hidden treasure, a brown bag. They had to use both hands to lift the pouch and get it over their head. The thick strap pulled tight under the strain of the weight attached to it. The line of their mouths just looked as strained. The stranger huffed when they released the bag from their fingers, letting it rest completely across their shoulder. You heard stuff bumping around inside from your position way over here. It was a really full pack. But it didn't slow that kid down. They ran back at full speed to meet you where you were. When they were in front of your face, they gave a wave and asked a question. Hi, are you a girl too? Oh, okay. Boys and stuff are just as good. What's the right answer? I'm a boy. Then it was like all clouds in the sky in her head, you guessed, had cleared away. All right. All of a sudden, the leafy girl seemed to remember to introduce herself the way most people do. I'm Tamarack. I would ask her what it means. A tamarack is a kind of tree. I like it a lot. So what's your name? I would just say my name. Wow, hi Nate. She greeted you with a finger spread wave of her hand, as sweetly as if you'd always known each other and she'd done it 100 times. Do you like it, your name? That's not an agreement. Ooh, alright. Why are you here? Where did you come from? Are you visiting? She piled on one question after the other, letting them bubble out like her laughter. I'm not some kind of tourist. My mom and me moved into this town. Tamarack gasped, her large eyes opening even wider. They were full of sparkles. Me too. I'm new too. I moved to live with my Omi and Appa. They have a house here, and I'm going to be there now. I would just listen. Omi and Appa means Granny and Grandpa. It's German. Yeah, I was like, she's German, isn't she? Nifty. Yeah, I've been here 5 days, and it's really good. There's so much out here, I probably won't be finished for a long, long time. Months, maybe. This is my very first day in Golden Grove. Wow, that's barely different at all. We're a match. She furrowed her extra short eyebrows as much as she could as a new idea came to her. Hey, I'm a girl and you're not, but we're both new, and what if we're the same age? I'm 10. You're 10, so am I. That's what I would say. Hooray, same age forever. Happily, Tamarack held onto the worn strap of her big bag, and bounced up and down in place. You decided this was the perfect time to talk to her about what you were doing. I would say that. Do you know anything about a paper airplane? Ah, yeah, you got it? Yeah, I got it. It's right here. Woo! She flung her arms up over her head in celebration, knocking back her bag out to the side. It made a thump noise when it swung back against her. My aim is good. You blinked at her in disbelief. You done it. You found the mystery person who made that strange paper airplane message. Hmm. I'd probably like smile at myself shyly about it. How did you know my name? I think is what I would wonder. You told me. No, before that. I didn't know it before that. What it what is that supposed to mean? That's weird. Hmm? Thought you knew what disbelief was a second ago, but hearing that made you feel it in ways you never had before. The stunned look on your face got Tamarack to add more. The paper I used wasn't mine, it was littered in the woods. I picked it up and put it in my bag because I couldn't leave it there on the ground. Then when I saw you standing in the road, I just had the idea I could do something fun with that garbage by making it into a paper airplane for you. So she didn't write it? Is that what she's saying? Reminder, hydration warning, drink your water. So you didn't write anything on it? Yeah, I didn't. Then who did write the note? Yeah, that's what I want to know. I don't know. That's all she said. Tamarack couldn't tell you anything more. The person who wrote the strange message for you was still a mystery. You hadn't found them even after meeting the paper airplane person. You were more... Yeah, I would be more determined to figure it out. There was no way you could let this go until you'd gotten answers. You started thinking more and more about this, making plans in your head. Tamarack could tell something was going on with you. Nate, what did the paper say? Was it funny? Do you think random stuff is funny? It was short and all the parts were on different lines. The words were hello, go out, hide out, Nate, what's up? What? So weird. Who would write that? I know, that's what I was thinking. It's strange. She took a big hop closer to you, a smile growing across her face as she landed. You should keep going, and I'll come too. That paper isn't very old. It would have gotten wet or eaten by bugs if it was out there in the forest for a while. We could track them down and ask what they were doing. Hmm. You can come. I was gonna ask that, yeah. That's what I would say. Tamarack snatched up a nearby stick off the ground and directed the pointy head forward, the way you'd come from. We're gonna find the litterer who puts weird things on paper. And so you started to walk around the brown fall. And so you started to walk along the brown fall brush again, with your new partner in the adventure. Tamarack came along behind you with eager skipping steps. She was right. You were going to find that note writer person who knew. So what lies in wait for us and our new companion? Here's my excuse for it to be continued cliffhanger. I actually recorded this video. I have about an hour of footage, and I thought I would split it into two just to make sure that there wasn't an overwhelming amount of footage uploaded today. Let me know your thoughts on this, and if you want me to continue playing through this short visual novel, I would really appreciate that. If you like the video, feel free to subscribe or leave a like on the video as well. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I'm at WassupNate. Feel free to check out any other videos that you have in the sidebar with me and them. It's greatly appreciated. And I will see you on the next video. You have a great rest of your day. Bye for now.